Advertising is going digital evermore. So we figured it was high time to divulge ourselves into the future of it. Our next guest is a true leading lady in marketing technology and data-driven strategies. Let's not wait any longer to invite her to the stage. Please welcome our true Semetician, Dhan Claes, Managing Director at Semetis.
Well, that was quite a break. My name is Dhan, and I'm very happy to be here. Well, I'm wearing a smartwatch, and let's look at my heart rate. Well, it's going up. It had like an insane increase when I heard that all the tech system was going down. Now, I wouldn't be here today with my profilers if this would not be a talk about digital marketing. Because digital marketing, that means some element of show business. Now, the profilers, you might have recognized them from Squid Game, they are here for a reason. I'm not going to tell you immediately why they are here, but I can tell you they will observe you. Now, let me first introduce you who I am. So my name is Dhan, and I am the CEO of the leading digital agency in Belgium. And aside from that, I am a triathlete. For me personally, what is very important is that I love to push my boundaries, not only from a career point of view, but as well in other areas, such as sports. What I love to do is I love to learn, and that's very important. And what I've learned so far is that when you're on your road to success, because that's what I believe you're all here, you're futurists. I heard a lot about entrepreneurship, so I guess you guys want to be successful, right? Yes, all right, at least someone. Well, the same goes for me. And what I actually learned on my journey of success so far is that it doesn't come from granted, not at all. What it needs commitment, but also a bit of good luck. And I hope that my talk today will at least inspire you, or that my story will help you to find your way to success. This is me, 7 years ago, sitting basically in your seats. This is me actually together with my colleague Jennifer. Very happy, by the way, that I'm one of the speakers today, one of apparently the only females. So I'm here for all the ladies. Ladies in tech, yes. And this is me 7 years ago, and I just graduated at KU Leuven. I had studied business administration, and I was super ready. I was so ready to get into the business world, and I wanted to be super successful. And when I was at school, at university, I had this idea, or at least that was my understanding, is that if I want to make it as a professional, I need to do a traineeship at one big company, FMCG. So that's what I did. I went for all the traineeships, and, well, you see my name. It's very clear that I didn't end up in any of those companies. I was so sad that I failed. It was like this huge disappointment. I was not getting into any traineeship. And so what I learned at that moment is that if you're on your road to be successful, you need to change your perspective. Like, when you're in that situation, you need to rethink the things. And so My brain was on fire, and then I realized, like, okay, actually, what am I looking for? I'm looking for an environment where I can learn fast. That's very clear. That's what I'm looking for. And then I realized, well, actually, I can find that as well at a scale-up. And that's how I ended up at Semetis. Semetis, it's an agency, a Brussels-based agency, digital marketing agency. And I joined that company right after school 7 years ago, and then this happens. This happened last year. So what happened is that it went super fast for me. I was able to grow with the company, within the company, and then last year, at my 30 years old, I was asked, are you ready to become the CEO of this company? Hell yes, I am ready. I'm super ready. This is what I wanted. So my dream was becoming real, and I'm super proud to be here today to represent Semetis, and indeed the Semeticians. But who is Semetis, actually? Let's watch a video. So what you can see is that Semetis is a very dynamic agency with a lot of young people. But where do we come from? We actually come from these two guys, because I didn't found Semetis. It's actually Gabriel and Nicolas who founded Semetis. They founded back in 2009. They were two Googlers, and not just any two Googlers. They were the two guys that opened the very first Google office in Belgium. And while they were working at Google, they actually realized there was a need in the market. There were a lot of media agencies, but these media agencies were actually failing to give proper consultancy. So being able to develop an agency with a consulting arm was really what this world needed, and definitely within digital. And so where are we now? So today we are a company with 40 Semeticians. Yes, we are not employees, we call each other Semeticians. There is a big culture, and I hope that you will discover more about that during my talk. Now, let's go into this digital marketing world where I am in. For a very, very, very long time, marketing, it was actually driven by creative. So for those that know Don Draper, they know that it's a reference to Mad Men. Mad Men, it's a TV series about an agency on Madison Avenue in New York, and there you see all the gentlemen with their cocktails and having these brilliant ideas, enjoying a lot of time together in this think room, and they think and they think, and they come to these brilliant concepts, and then that concept is being dispatched to everyone. So everyone is receiving the same audience. But that's not our reality today anymore. Today, in this marketing world, when we look at that equation of creativity, we actually see that data is taking a much bigger space within that equation. This point is important because it means that today, as an advertiser or as a brand, if you want to be successful in this today's world, it's not only about creative. It's actually about those ones that can succeed in using data. Real-time data, and using that real-time data not to bring one brand story to everyone, but to bring personalized brand stories. That's super important, and the one that can learn and knows how to use data, that's the one that will win. So, okay, that's important. So that actually means that the skill sets that we need as marketeers is also changing. We need different profiles. We need a much more sophisticated team that can work with that data. So I'm sorry, Don Draper, but your time is over. We have someone new, and I'm very happy. His name is Iron Man. I hope someone made my brilliant joke connection about the Iron Man triathlete in the beginning. Thanks, at least someone is laughing with my joke. It's the rise of Iron Man. Why is it the rise of Iron Man? It's not because he does triathlon, no, it's because he's a businessman that knows how to use data and knows how to use tech. Today we are in a world that if you want to succeed as any advertiser, you need to make sure that your team, your marketeers are being skilled up and that you have a resource team that knows how to work with data and with tech. All right, data. Let's continue that story. What is it about data? Well, there is this extremely famous tagline that says, data is the new oil. Wow, brilliant. There is something wrong with this tagline, because if you look at the tagline, it actually means that data is your end product, but it isn't, because with data itself, we cannot do anything. What we need is the insight. We need the insight to know how we need to adapt our marketing, our advertising. So data needs actually a refinery. And here comes the technical part, and here comes the data engineering and the data scientists. We need artificial intelligence. We need machine learning. Because in this world, everything, every touch point that you do, whether it's digital or non-digital, it comes with a very complex context, with a lot of different variables. And even though you're all super smart, I'm sure of that, and you're all super brilliant, I can tell you it's impossible to make correct insights out of such a multi-sets of data. So we need a computer to help us to have more computing power, and that's why we need artificial intelligence and machine learning. Good, so data is the oil, machine learning is the refinery, but still we're not there. Because what was a big issue is that a lot of our advertisers and companies could not use machine learning. Why not? Is because it requires, as an enterprise, actually a big, heavy setup or an infrastructure to have access to that machine learning. So here we are a bit in trouble, okay? We have data, yes, okay, machine learning, great, but we don't have access to it. And so what is happening today, and what's the future of marketing? Today, we have clouds. And what cloud does, it actually makes these machine learning models accessible. So all the sunk cost that companies would need to do to be able to use machine learning is actually falling away. For now, machine learning models, pre-trained models, they are available in the cloud. Now something brilliant happens, because we have data, our oil, we have machine learning, the refinery, and we have cloud, the pipelines. And then you can create cool stuff. So what are we creating at Semetis? Because that's exactly what we're doing. Let me show you a case, Ardennen Etap. Are there any Ardennen fans over here, or is it all beaches? Okay, I see some people. Okay, good, very good. Okay, so Ardennen Etap, what is Ardennen Etap? It's actually a company that helps you to book your holiday house in the Ardennes. It's a brilliant, super cool company. They're very fun, but the thing is that they're losing so much market share from Booking.com, Belvilla, Airbnb. They don't have the same budgets. And so they need to change up their game. And well, we were talking with them like, okay, how can we help you out to be smarter? On a yearly basis, they actually sell 58,000 vacations. And how they do that? They do that with their website. So when you go to the website of Ardennen Etap, you can use all the different filters to find the perfect holiday house for your vacation in the Ardennes. Okay, good. And then what we saw is that Ardennen Etap, they had already a data scientist, and this guy was doing brilliant analysis on all of the bookings. And so what he was saying, like, yeah, but you know them? I am sure Michael Phelps booked this house, huh? Because look at this amazing swimming pool. I'm sure it's Michael Phelps. Yeah, but we don't know that. That's a false conclusion. It's not because this house has a swimming pool that we're sure that the reason that this house was booked was because of a swimming pool. This is dangerous, very dangerous even. So we're missing something. We're actually missing the information on whether the swimming pool was actually the reason to book this house, yes or no. So we had to come up with a solution. And so we said, let's figure out if actually the swimming pool is the one that Michael Phelps wanted to book. What we did is we have a data scientist as well at Semetis. And so there was a part of the story that was not disclosed yet. We had no view on the behavior on the website. So we implemented the data architecture on the website to be able to see what the people were using, which type of filters, what were they searching, which houses were they looking like. And more importantly, we were sending this part to the cloud. And what we try to do is that our two data scientists, so the one of Semetis and the one of Adetap, they collaborated together on a custom machine learning algorithm to try to predict behavior. Because every single search that happens on the Adetap website comes with a huge number of context, with a lot of data. And so they were able to define a machine learning model that allowed us to predict behavior. Well, now, this is heaven, guys. Come on, you can think of so many use cases. Imagine that I know exactly, yes, this guy is going to book a holiday stay, and this one is not. And so what happened is the following. I hope that some of you still know Fetje de Burggraven. Some, all right. He's all Belgian pride, so he's an Olympic swimmer as well, just as Michael Phelps. Well, let's look at Fetje de Burggraven. He's on our website. He's making some searches, and we are capturing his information. And what we see, he's looking for a house for 6 people. He wants to bring along 2 dogs. He wants to stay for 3 days. He is booking for a weekend, and he's looking for the period in February. We're capturing all of that information, and we are sending it into our cloud models. And so what happens is that we have the full tool stack here. The tool stack that was used was the one of Google. So we implemented the tool stack. And what happened is that actually our algorithm was saying, Fetje is not going to book a house at Adetap. I've seen this behavior before. He's not going to book a house. And this becomes interesting because if we know that beforehand, we can take that information into account and we can adapt our marketing campaigns. And so, indeed, in the end, Fetje, he decided not to go with Adetap. He went to a camping instead. Now, what we did here is that from the moment we knew and predicted that Fetje would not book a stay with Adetap, we took him out of all of our marketing campaigns. Because this guy, we don't want to invest in him anymore. Let Fetje go to the camping. We don't want Fetje at Adetap. And what is the impact of this? We are saving with this 40,000 euros on a yearly basis by making sure that our marketing budgets are so much better invested by predicting behavior. Now, I have still a few minutes on my talk. And what I want to tell you is that in the beginning, I told you that if you want to book success, it took you commitment, but it took you also a bit of luck. For me personally, landing at Semetis, Rue de Palais, this small agency 7 years ago, it was my bit of luck, really. And I truly hope that maybe for some of you, that little bit of luck can also happen today. So what I will show you now is a very interesting movie that will enlighten what could be your bit of luck today. So what we just see, we saw Semetis game. This is the reason why I'm not here today, and I'm here together with my profilers. Semetis is growing a lot. We are exploding. You can imagine that what we are offering to our brands and to our clients is of interest of many others. And so I hope that maybe getting a card from one of the profilers might be that piece of luck for you today. Because we are organizing Semetis Game, 100% inspired on the famous series Squid Game. What does it mean? It means that you will receive a card from one of our profilers. On that card, there is a code. If you succeed in breaking that code, you can enter the website of the Semeticians.com. There, you can subscribe to Semetis Game. Semetis Game will be happening next week, Thursday. Only 20 students will be invited to come to Semetis Game and play the game. And 5 of you will win a contract as a Semetician. So maybe taking that piece of cards is that piece of luck that you need to be successful in your life. So really take your chance. Don't wait too long because we're closing subscription this weekend. Thank you, guys.
Oh, Dan, thank you so much. I think we all got a good view on how artificial intelligence is impacting the world of digital marketing and vice versa. I can imagine that you need a lot of intrapreneurs and Semeticians to realize all these digital marketing projects. Do you have one final call to action for the young potentials here in the audience?
Yeah. If you really want one final call to action, it would be taking a card and play the game. No, listen, if you are really a business-minded person and everything that I just explained you really inspires you and you're really ready to learn and you're interested in data and into tech, then yes, just jump off the cliff. Very importantly, you're not signing up for life. Really enjoy the ride, take your chance, look around and learn. And very important, that's at least my biggest big advice, be selfish. This is your career. Stay wherever you want to stay for you, and as long as you're learning, it's brilliant. And enjoy the ride, very important.
Jump off a cliff and be selfish. That's loud and clear. Thank you, Dan, so much. Give her a warm applause, please.
Thank you.